Hello everybody. In this lecture, we are going to learn levels of abstraction in database management system. In this lecture, we will define abstraction in database management system and then we'll come to know the different levels of abstraction and what is the purpose of abstraction in DBMS. Before moving into the topic, firstly, let us recall what a database is. Database is a collection of large amount of data, but the end user who wants to access the data may not require whole information from it. For that reason, abstraction is used. In simple words, abstraction is showing the information which is needed for the user, thereby hiding the unnecessary details or the background details from the user. This is called as abstraction. Abstraction is categorized under three different levels: physical level, which is also known as internal level, logical or conceptual level, view or external level. Let us see one by one. This is a pictorial representation of abstraction in database management system. At the top, we have view level, which is also known as external level. Let me write here. View level is also known as external level, or you can also define it as external schema. And logical level is also known as conceptual level or conceptual schema. Physical level is also known as internal level or internal schema. Before learning what a view level is, logical level and physical level, firstly, what is a schema? Schema defines the structure of database. Example, let us take an employee database, which all details can be stored in an employee database. It can include data such as employee ID, employee name, salary, experience, qualification, into which department the employee is working, etc. So these are the essential data or the details of the employee present in the database. So simply the schema defines the structure of the database. Now we will see what a view level is. Let us move on to the next slide. View level is defined as the highest level of abstraction. As it is present at the top among the other levels, it is considered as the highest level of abstraction. And now, about to the view level, we have several set of users. User 1, user 2, and user 3. And at the bottom of the physical level, we have database. Between the different set of users and the database, we have these three levels, that is view level, logical level, and physical level. Thereby, the user applications are separated from the database. Let me take an example for view level in making you understand what it is actually. The different set of users may contain students and faculty. Student is one level of user and faculty is the other level of users. So what if students can view and what the faculty can view? The view for the students is different from the view of the faculty. For example, if the student wanted to know the attendance percentage, then only the attendance percentage is shown for the student. Whereas if the faculty wanted to know some details of the students, then what all things that the faculty can do? Faculty can enter attendance. Faculty can enter marks for the student. Faculty can view the details of the students. Faculty can apply leaves. Faculty can also view the salary details, etc., which means faculty is having more provisions when compared to the student. So consider the third set of user. Let us say head of the department. Head of the department has more provisions when compared to the faculty. So the view for the HOD will be different from the faculty view. Similarly, the view of the faculty will be different from the student's view. This is about the different set of users and how they are viewing the data from the database. Logical or conceptual level. Logical level is also known as conceptual level, which is the next highest level of the abstraction. Next highest level is known as logical level, or it is also known as conceptual level or conceptual schema. It defines the structure of database. Whenever you implement the database, before implementing it, you have to firstly analyze the requirements of the database. Accordingly, we need to design the database. The best example for the conceptual model is entity relationship model. The real-time example which you can take for logical level is construction of a house. Whenever a user wants to construct a house, firstly, he need to approach the builder and give the plan to him. The plan is nothing but the design of the house, how he would look like after the construction of the house. And that design is known as blueprint. So similarly, before you implement the database in logical level or conceptual level, we are going to design the database. So the designing, the best part of the designing of the database is done using ER model, which is known as entity relationship model. Now, what is an entity? E stands for entity. Entity is a thing which exists in the real world. Anything which has got a physical existence can be considered as an entity. For example, we can take vehicle as an entity. You can take marker as an entity. Person can be considered as an entity. So this is an example for entity. Here, every entity has several set of attributes, which you can call it as properties. If I consider vehicle as an entity, then what are the attributes that are present for a vehicle? The color of the vehicle, the name of the vehicle, and what is its number. These are the attributes that are associated for the vehicle entity. Now, what is a relationship? Relationship is simply a connection between two or more entities. Database. With the help of ER model, it is easy to design the structure of the database. This is about the conceptual level of database management system. Next, moving on to the physical level. It is the lowest level of data abstraction, and it defines how the data is to be stored. How the data is to be stored. So this defines the physical level of abstraction. If the data is stored in the hard disk, then in which partition of the hard disk the data is stored, how much amount of the memory is taken for the data to be stored in that location. These are the several things which comes into the consideration. So whenever the data is to be stored in several storage devices, there are some approaches or the concepts which we follow in storing the data, namely B trees, B plus trees, hashing, etc. This is all about the physical or the internal level of data abstraction. What is the purpose of the abstraction? The main purpose of the abstraction is data independence. What is data independence? If the changes that are made in one level, those changes will not affect the other level. Those changes will not affect the other level. So thereby what it simplifies data maintenance and enhances the flexibility. Thank you.